soaps, Picture Day. This came out a couple of days ago. I guess it was Wednesday, March, or April, was that the 9th? I think it was the 9th. Not too sure, 9th or 10th. And it came out with Field Day, and last week the Artisan contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to review his two new scents, Picture Day and Field Day, and I was like, sure. And they sent me these very substantial samples here, so I wanted to do it a little earlier in this week, but I had been sent those other soaps from Prohibition Style first, so I figured I'd get those out of the way. But really excited to try this. This is their take on a barbershop called Picture Day, and the idea is that, you know, you would go before Picture Day, you would go to the barbershop and get your hair cut, you know, so you could look your best. And that's a cool idea, and I really like the scent on this soap. And we'll get to the scent notes as we lather it up, but let's get our base layer down. Let's start talking about the scent. The scent it seems a little faint at first, but once you take in, you really inhale and get that lavender out of the way, and you start getting into the powdery accord going on. I'd say it's a fairly strong medium scent. I'd say it's about a 7, and it seems to move up to from maybe a 6 in the container to about a 7 lathered. It gets stronger for sure, and depending on your nose's sensitivity to some of this stuff, some people are sensitive to lavender. It may even smell stronger to you, but it's getting stronger as I lather it. So if that's your thing, if you like stronger scents, this is a good take on barbershop without being too strong. So it's right there. I would say it's in between. It's kind of like in between. Like, see, there's Sterling has their barbershop, and it's like a citrus musk, powdery type of thing. Kind of more along the lines of the Clubman type of scent. And then you have the ones like Maggard's London Barbershop and Mike's Natural Soaps Barbershop and Soap Commander Honor. Those are all kind of similar, and they're more modern takes on it. A little less powdery and more fragrant. I know Mike's uses basil. I really like it. It's probably my favorite barbershop that isn't called Seville. So it's you really get hit with the lavender first, and then the powdery accord of the oak moss and the patchouli beneath it are really what come out for me. I don't smell like the tonka bean and like the rosemary and stuff. None of those stand out. I guess they're just well blended under there. But it's just a nice clean smelling scent. And I think Kieth should definitely be proud of this scent. Like he told me, he said this is his favorite scent of the ones they've made. And while I've only experienced 2, this is very good. It's something I would definitely buy because I'm a barbershop fan. As you can see, I've not added any water, but it is a little. It's not as slick as I would like it, so I'm going to add some and see what we get. Coverage is excellent. This this lather has a good sheen to it already. This is pretty effortless. I didn't load very long. It was about 15 seconds. Still a good amount of the sample I got out of the container in the bowl. So this is an efficient soap. I'm only going to be doing 2 passes. So this is enough for probably 3. It's in the brush now. And I can tell you that it feels, just from what I can tell now, it feels a lot like storybook soaps. To me. I'm using a milder head today. I had if you watched my last video, I had a really good shave the other day, but yesterday I was absent-mindedly just kind of, I felt like a spot on my neck, and I was deep in thought and kind of scratched at it. It caused a lot of irritation on my face. And I almost didn't think I was going to be able to shave today just because of it cleared up at Witch Hazel and doctored it up some, and they mostly went away. That big spot, that red spot you saw, if you watched the other day, I don't know where it came from. It's just a big, obnoxious spot that I had to shave around. But it's still there. I'm still dealing with it. You can see it's drying on my face, so I did not use enough water, so apparently this soap is thirsty. Excellent glide. So, residual slickness on this soap is quite good. I'm impressed with it. It's not often that an artisan releases their first iteration of a soap base, and that's this good. So I'm curious as to how long they experimented with their soap formula, because he got into. It sounded like from their website that he got into the soap thing last year, or the traditional wet shaving maybe. It wasn't that too long ago, so maybe I don't know. Maybe they spent a good year or so on it. But even usually the first iteration of a soap base is while most of them are perform well, they're usually not this well. I would say this is as good a performance as Storybook or Sterling. Storybook's fairly new too, but I used them fairly recently, and so I remember what it was like, and it's very similar to this. Both are pretty soft soaps. They're not like croaks or anything. But you can use your finger pretty easily to get some out, and that's what I did just now. It's very pliable, and so loading was not a problem. Yeah, cruise fest here. As you can see, I can go over it again with no consequences. About to put on some Aquavella Ice Sport. It smells like a good match for this. I've already applied alum and witch hazel. No burn, and I don't feel a burn from this either. My neck looks a little, suspicious, but it looked like that already. So it's not this shave's fault for that. It was already kind of, it was a little hotter yesterday than it has been lately, so I had a bit of an itch, so it just, I must have aggravated my neck. But anyway, back to the soap. It is a good price. It's $15 for 4 ounces, $3.75 an ounce, which in my book, if it's below $4, it's an excellent value. In price per performance, it's very good. It's hard to beat it. Sterling maybe, but it's a similar performance to Sterling, but maybe a little better overall in the slickness. But excellent value. The scent is original. I think if you are not a fan of barbershops because of the muskiness usually involved, it has the powderiness of Sterling, but not the muskiness, and it has the freshness of Soap Commander Honor and Mike's Natural Soaps Barbershop. So if that sounds appealing to you, get this one. It's a good one. I wouldn't sleep on it. If you're looking for a barbershop to try, it's unique in its own right. And me being a lavender fan, I especially like it just because it's more lavender forward than any other barbershop that I personally used. There may be others out there, but I like this one. It's unique, and it's one I want to own. So I can't say anything bad about this soap at all. I like it. I like everything about it. I have no complaints whatsoever. So it's going to get high marks from me. So please let me know in the comments what you thought. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will be back next time with the other scent, Field Day. So take it easy and have a good one. I'll see you next time.